Boy, oh boy, do I love working on my back and holding up my big dumb head. Oh, that speaker is much heavier than I thought it would be. Not sliding that across the floor. That does it for the speakers and most of the wires. This stuff was pretty easy to pull off, except for a few staples where I wound up shaking the whole piano while I was yanking on them. This looks like the power supply unit. This method of attachment seems, at first, to be pretty reasonable. But looking at it closer, I find this screw. Oh boy, let me tell you, whoever put these screws in can go fuck themselves. Yeah, come around, so hop down.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, slide down here. Take a look up at this fucker.
You're gonna edit that out.
No way.
My mother watches these.
Yeah, well, she's gonna get tearful. Time to take off this heavy, scary part. Oh, I can feel it is very heavy right off the bat. Thank God for that corner holding it up. That's the clock chiming in the other room, possibly for my death. Do not slam it into the soundboard. Do not slam it. Let it slam into your face. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yep, that's heavy. Danger, high voltage inside. And they left it in there on April 18th of 1997 to be serviced by qualified technicians only. We will see about that. Next up for removal is this solenoid. When actuated, it pushes down on this lever. And that lever pushes up and actuates the sustain, which looks like this. My socket fits in the drill chuck, so I am spared from having to go grab an arbor. How are you still stuck up there? That's not good. I don't see any remaining fasteners holding it on, so. The foot pedal assembly is going to come off next. This is mostly to give me some more room to work. It's held on with two big caveman screws. I have also decided to use a little bit more of my brain for this one. In order to support this when I let the screws down, I'm going to put something under here. And the item I have chosen is this toy that my ungrateful dogs do not seem to like playing with. That was about 10 bucks well spent. The dogleg shape of these linkages leads me to believe that these are a special edition made to move around the player mechanism. Incredible detective powers, yes, I know. I'm gonna have to move it temporarily. The rod that actuates the sustain is going through the player mechanism. Something similar is happening down here with the, I don't know what that pedal does. That's the middle pedal. I'll have to ask my wife what it does. I think it's like sustain, but different. Come on, you fit on the other one. Oh my God, how many times can I bump the camera? Fucking amateur. Time to find out if the whole player mechanism comes off in one piece, or if this is just a lightweight case. If it's the former, I'm gonna scoot out from underneath it very quickly if it starts to fall. Is that a... It's on there with drywall screws. Okay, yeah, this is just a lightweight case. Still not gonna let my guard down. Oh, it's not gonna come off easy, I just know it. Oh, what are you fucking stuck on? Hey, what was it stuck on? Oh, these two little tiny bastard Phillips head screws. Oh, is that cool looking or what?
Garrett, to be fair, it's kind of hard not to laugh. But I got steady hands, bitch.
This is the cinematography I'm known for. Hey, buddy. Recognize this? Imagine my surprise to find that it's actually much harder to put back on than it was to take off. Hey, buddy. Want the cactus? Don't look away from me like that. All yours. What? Do you want a piece of cheese? Would you rather have a piece of cheese? Okay. Okay, let's go get you a piece of cheese. After arranging all of these components on my workbench, I can confirm that they are very heavy. If you do piano installations for a living, you can just have my lunch money right now. Most of these components are going to wind up in the garbage, but I am very interested to see if I can get any of these solenoids to move a useful distance at a useful force for some project in the future. I suppose if I really felt motivated, I have all the components here to make a player piano unit, then maybe I shouldn't have taken it apart. I'm going to bypass the control system and use this because it's over there, and use this power supply to directly power one Brave solenoid. And if it dies in the line of duty, there are many other Brave solenoids to try the same thing again and not learn my lesson. I am curious what's inside here. Hope I don't void the warranty. Worrisome what that bolt might be for. Oh my God. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I asked a coworker the other day, of all the components that you might find on a circuit board, which one deserves the most respect? And he thought for a second and said, respect in how it's valuable for humanity, or respect in how it may kill you. I like that interpretation of the question, and I said, respect for how it may kill you. And we both thought for a minute, and at the same moment, we said, capacitor. My initial fear at this object here, I think was very misplaced. Now looking at it, I realize it's just a transformer, and the only harm it ever stood to do to me was falling on my face. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yep, that's heavy. I've got the power supply back together. In preparation, I have two kinds of fire extinguisher handy. I'm about to plug it in with a very bendy ground plug on this cord. I'm gonna plug that in there. Plug this in here. Oh, hang on, it's not even gonna go. Repairing ground plugs is a far cry from what I normally do to them. All right, safety squints. Type 9-1 and leave my finger over the last digit and turn it on with a stick. I don't know if the phone can pick that up, but it's making an ominous humming sound. I would have preferred silence. Let's see what we're getting. I don't know why, but that number frightens me. I'm going to test this solenoid first, which formerly went to this here, which says caution 40 volts. It all makes sense to me that these would be happy together. Let's find out. I know someone is scoffing at their screen saying, oh, I work with 40 volts all goddamn day and it ain't hurt nobody never, but I don't. Okay, it's a weird number and it frightens me. All right, place your bets on if it's gonna spark. Ooh, it did. The electrical connection is more interesting than the solenoid. That is an incredibly strong solenoid, wow. It takes a great deal of strength to overcome that. I'm putting you on the shelf, and I am saving you for a rainy day. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You're on the end. For some reason, retained by this very tiny Torx bit, which ironically I cannot put into my screwdriver. I use this 1/4 inch wrench about once a year, usually for stuff like this. It has no markings on it, suggesting a voltage, so I guess I just get to choose, huh? Somewhat anticlimactic. That's better. Let's see how strong they are. That's pretty strong. I'm hoping that these can be actuated at a more common voltage like 12 volts or 24 volts, and maybe I'll come up with some cool project someday. I just absentmindedly picked this up after disconnecting it. It is very warm. I don't think it's meant to hold sustained, or it's at least not meant to have its voltage straight from the tap. Either way, I've got 82 others to experiment with, and if some wind up on fire or a melted puddle on the floor, it's for a good cause, I tell myself. In general, has the quality of the sound improved? The piano, not you.
Do you want the nice answer or the correct answer?
I feel like they're not the same thing. Go ahead and tell me.
It plays the same.
Hell yeah.
But I like knowing there's not all that like unnecessary crap on it now.
I had fun.
Good.